Hello, you scaly-tailed skitterers. It's turn number 46 of my all Warhammer Nations Dominions 5 game where I'm playing as Skavenblight. And for the first time in a long time, we're actually at peace. We've ended our war with the Lizardmen. This is just them taking back provinces which I'd agreed to hand back over to them. They haven't taken all of them yet, but we get to see some Slaanesh battles as well, and of course there's the deathmatch arena. Let's go through the messages. So firstly, we get nature gems from Izta. This was 10 nature gems in agreement for some provinces that we were giving them. It's part of the peace agreement with them. We're getting some more rat ogres. We're just slowly building up forces of rat ogres. They'll be useful kind of hit point sponges. Bit of site searching, not such a lucky turn this time, although we did find the coral statue, which I believe is a water 1 income in our 1 water province we now have. So that was worth searching for. Ulthuan has declared a new prophet, which is another one of his Prince on Great Eagle multi-heroes, so I think he has luck 3, which is why he's got so many of those. We've got some blood slaves, and I am going to be concentrating on getting my blood economy really roaring now, because that's a good thing to do while you're at peacetime. You don't necessarily need the gold burn, and you can just start stacking up those blood slaves, so I'm going to be looking at that quite a lot. So we've got the forces of Izta taking things back. This is a Mound Fiend. In case you've never seen a Mound Fiend before, they're clearly using them to get death access, and they can use them at their priest level to just bless their temple guards and things. This is just taking back provinces that I'd previously taken from them and agreed to give back, so that's all fine. We went to take back Kaz Hodor. This is our pretender. Very simple script, just buffing herself up a bit, and then she's going to leap to the back. She's got a Ring of Regeneration. And the thing you'll notice here is that she looks like she's taken damage. That's because she has flown to this province, which has very high dominion, from a province that had very low dominion. I think it may have even had enemy dominion briefly. So she's got plenty of hit points below her maximum. See, her maximum is greatly inflated because of the dominion bonus. And because she's got the Ring of Regen, she'll actually regenerate up to maximum. So that's something useful little tip to know. But she's just going and dealing with the ghouls. Yeah, she's giving herself, reinvigoration and higher protection because she's going to give herself Iron Skin next. And then because she's got Shield of Gleaming Gold, 2 shields, she has Fear, she has 2 Frostbrands, she's going to go through these ghouls with no issue whatsoever. You can see that with Iron Skin, her protection goes... Oh, she's going to go for the commanders as well, so that's going to make it even easier. With Iron Skin and this selection of items on. I mean, the marble armor is not the ideal armor for her, but I gave her that because I sent the elemental armor off on my Banelord to fight in the deathmatch arena. So we'll probably switch that out at some point, but she's got protection 29, so very well protected about anything the ghouls can do. But she's just gone and killed their leaders anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Some of these will get killed, some of them will retreat off the map. This is another province the Lizardmen are just taking back, which is fine. And we get to see here Slaanesh attacking the Lizardmen in Jome. So again, we've got this absolutely terrifying force. I can see that they've added some Chaos Ogres, which are kind of cool to see. Nice to see some Ogre representation. But yeah, this absolutely terrifying force of the Chosen Warriors. Look at these incredible stats, massive protection, all these resistances, magic resistance 15. Oh, just nasty, nasty, nasty things. Going to be interested to see what Izta do against them. And you can see there that it's a communion of thunder strikes is what their mages are going for. Really kind of heavy evo, just blast through stuff. So this is a hell of an army to have to fight. I'm glad it's the Lizardmen and not me right now. But if it goes very horribly wrong for the Lizardmen and they start to just completely roll through them, that's when I'll have to take action, because I'm happy with my gains I got from the Lizardmen. I would not be happy if Slaanesh just take tons from them, especially if they don't lose that much. That would be a very bad sign for us. So we've got the Lizardmen taking back another province here. Absolutely fine. This one was a bit bigger, but of course, against proper sacred troops, they don't stand a chance. They're just province defense. Then we see a battle, Lizardmen attacking Slaanesh in Verkenum. So some ordinary Saurus and some Temple Guard and a priest to bless them. Just a basic sun scale. And they're up against just some province defense. So we can just quickly burn through this, but you'll see that these troops are more than a match for province defense. So the Lizardmen can expand into an attack Slaanesh here. I think Slaanesh are going for more of a doomstack method of warfare. The Lizardmen have shown against me that they're quite capable of doing raids, and they've done some raids against the Chaos Dwarves, and I think a combination of raids and doomstacking and clever defences and traps is the best way to play Dominion. But there's certainly something to be said for a doomstack can go and just take forts and things and end wars. This is a little bit more of a raiding force from Slaanesh. This is the one that originally took the very first province from them. And again, it's not running into much here. The Lizardmen could do well with predicting where these raiding forces are going and then just moving. They don't even have to have that many like sacred troops or anything. It could just be some mages to just throw out some elementals or some key spells to boost up their province defense. They could do some nice traps. We'll see if they do, though. We'll keep an eye on this war. Unexpected events. We have lost a Warpstone team. We have gained 15 defense in Rivia. That's worth remembering. Rivia is now on 25 defense. Yeah, definitely worth remembering that. We have got an unexpected event in White Peaks. One of my revenants has been shrunk. Oh, that's cool. Can we see him? Yeah, look, there he is. He's a little diddly baby revenant. That's okay, because he's just one of my guys who was researching. You know, he's got the Forbidden Light. So 32 research off this little tiddly lad here. So he'll win the revenant. Should we rename him to something a bit more? Call him You-Do. Now we've got our deathmatch arena. So first battle is Chaos Dwarves against Skaven. So we can see here my Wraithlord, Banelord rather. I wish he was a Wraithlord, but he's a Banelord. He's kicking out a water elemental at the start. He's got tons of protection. He's got lots of resistances, and then he's got a fire shield and an armor-piercing firebrand. A little bit of lag or something. So the Chaos Dwarfs have just sent in too many statues. Yeah, they're getting rid of one of their statues. Lots of their guys have been cursed as statues. And I believe they do still cost gold upkeep. They do, yes. They're just getting rid of one by sending him off to fight. Possibly I should make it so that their statues don't end up costing them so much upkeep, have reduced upkeep of some sort. We can see Holy Avenger actually hit a couple of times there through my not particularly great magic resistance. This is a big weakness because I wasn't expecting there to be any mages in here, of course, but holy magic is not reduced by the slave collar. I think that's the case. Feeble mind. Yeah, magic skill 0, but I don't think it takes away your holy magic. Anyway. Next battle, so we've already taken some damage, which sucks, but we're fighting against Ogres. So we do not get our life back, so we've already taken a bunch of damage from our first fight. The Ogres are fresh as a daisy, and they have got a very well-equipped Kin-Eater Tyrant. So this is the previous champion of the arena. He's got heroic endurance, so he's not going to fatigue out. He's got tons of experience, and then he's got a pretty good selection of things. He's got Acorn Necklace, which gives him luck and shock resistance, pretty nice. He's got the Golden Sandals, which is from the previous arena victory, which gives him very high defense skill, luck and quickness. Yeah, pretty nice. And then he's got basic fire immunity from the, well, very good fire resistance, anyway, of 10 from the fire plate and the dragon helmet. Good morale and everything. He's got a fire bowler he can throw, so sometimes he'll land a fire bowler shot at range. And for close combat, he's got a Flesh Eater, which is a very cheap item, but is pretty great. It does chest wounds when it hits people. It does a lot of damage, and it's magic. It has very high attack, which means you're very likely to land a hit with it. And it means that you go berserk. I think he doesn't go berserk yet. It's when he takes damage he'll go berserk. So off goes our water elemental. He misses his fire bowler attack. The water elemental starts getting chopped up. Did it land a hit? Yeah, he has gone berserk. Is that because he took a hit? I'm not sure. Anyway, he has gone berserk. So he's going to make short work of this. And I am not fancying our chances against him because his attack with the Flesh Eater is now 24, so that'll almost certainly hit us and go past our shield. And it does a huge amount of damage, even though it's not armor piercing. It's still quite capable of absolutely slaughtering us. And he's got the fire resistance to skip past the fire shield. So yeah, he lands a hit. It does 13 damage. We're already damaged, and now we've also got a chest wound. We take a swing, and I believe we just completely miss. Let's check the log if we can. Yeah, you can see the fire shield's doing nothing to him here. We miss, and then the area fire goes after him, but of course he's got the resistance and the high protection, so the area fire doesn't get him. But yeah, just missed our armor-piercing attack. That's a shame. And then, bam! That's the end of our Banelord. So a salutary lesson for everyone there, to not send lots of stuff into the arena. You can do it for fun, but you know, this is absolutely not a good use of gems and not a good idea. Then we get to see the Lizardmen against the Ogres. So the Ogres, you know, we get to fight twice, and then the Ogres are fighting all the way through. Let's see how they do against the Lizardmen. What do we got here? We have a Bloodscale of Sotek. That's the commander of the Sotek, you know, blood spawning of Lizardmen, Sauruses. He has got a Horror Helmet, a Robe of Invulnerability. This isn't bad equipment. Boots of Quickness, that's pretty good. And then in his hand, Faithful. The problem with Faithful, so it gives him luck, which is nice. And it gives him defense, which is nice. But the problem with Faithful is it just doesn't hit hard enough. So he's not, you know, he's attack 15, 21 damage. It's not really going to be a hard enough hit to deal with this bad boy. Is he going to get with a fire bowler? No, missed. In he goes, takes a swing, misses. Tyrant gets to swing. Oh, he got a hit. Now that's not bad. Decent hit there. Still got plenty of hit points left, but a decent hit. He swings back. Decent damage on the blood scale, but we got some damage reflection as well, so another hit to the kidneys of Tyrant. He's now berserked, of course, and is very accurate and very hard hitting. A bit more reversal there, a bit more damage. Yeah, not bad. Halfway, did better than me against him. So he's now injured. He did manage to take him out. Good on the Lizardmen for sending in somebody with some actual equipment. Good on everyone who sent somebody in. I'm ashamed of the people who didn't send anyone in. Very sad. Then we have the High Elves finally for the Ogres, and they have sent in a Stormweaver with a bunch of air gems. What I think might have happened here is they didn't realise this was the People's Arena, so they have sent in a mage going, oh, just cast a bunch of air elementals or something like that. But no, he can't because he's got a slave collar, so he is going to be an absolute free lunch. So we'll just zoom through this quick. And splat, gone, 43 damage. Yeah, so congratulations once again to Gog the Kinny-Eater Tyrant, two-time champion. He gets the Champion's Trident this time, which is very nice for him to have. Instead of a Flesh Eater, and the Champion's Trident is quite a bit better. So he's turning into a bit of a badass. We pick off a couple of scouts. We've constructed a Palisades and Feral Woods, which is going to let us get Enchantresses quicker. We've got the entrance to Obsidian Waste open. This is the one the Lizardmen have agreed for us to have, and we'll just be storming that. We know that there's nothing in there, so I'll just send some troops in to deal with that. So I'm not going to go over this turn in great detail. We've gone through all the messages and things. Basically, I'm moving stuff back. I'm moving to a peace footing. Forging some more research items like lightless lanterns, doing 2 of those there. Elsewhere, I am forging. So I have 3 hammers, so I'm looking at 3 main things I'm forging. Some boots of the messenger, which are useful for moving commanders around, and just a generally useful item. We're doing a lot of casting Auspex to try and pick up our air gem income. So we're casting Auspexes with a lot of our air mages. We've got some over here. We've got some over here casting Auspex. Down here casting Auspex, so lots of Auspexes going off. We are just finding this group that came out of the Lizardmen. I haven't really worked out what I'm going to do with all of them for the moment, and I'm basically just doing a bit of research for a turn while I ponder what I'm doing. My research is focused on getting Blood Magic to level 6, and then we're going to hit Conjuration level 7. We're doing Conjuration level 7 because it will allow us these powerful elemental spells, but it will also give us access to the Mound Fiend, who is a Death 3 natively. We can put the skull stuff on him and get to Death 4 and do the various Death 4 things we want to do. We might mess around with the Harvester of Sorrows. Why not? It would be fun. And it's on the way to 8, which we're going to want at some point. Blood Magic level 6, we get our national spells, and I don't think any of these others, other than Infernal Disease, potentially we could be interested in Infernal Disease, but we've already got a lot of Assassins, so I think it's mainly for our national spells, particularly this one, which gives us kind of a Foul Vapors proxy. But yeah, those are pretty good. And Construction level 7. Basically, I want to get Forge the Ancients up. I don't care if that aggravates people and they go after me. Having Forged the Ancients up with Troll King, with Earth Boots and an Earth Bloodstone, that is going to be very nice because that will allow us to forge quite a few things, including one of the rings I think we'll be able to get with Thankwell, which will give a sort of bonus to sorcery. I think we can do the Ring of Sorcery. And we'll also be able to construct Screaming Bells, which will be good. So, fun research coming up. We're going to focus on it quite a bit. Lots of guys researching. We're moving around. I'm not launching any attacks on anyone, not attacking Slaanesh, sending assassins all off in different directions. Going to have to think about whether I'm going to attack Slaanesh. Or another thing I've thought about is potentially attacking the Orcs and Goblins, because I'm not very impressed by their research level. I know that they're kind of busy fighting the High Elves down here and trying to finish them off. They've got quite a bit of territory. None of this particularly scares me, nothing I've seen from them. You know, they have big armies, but not very much in the way of magical research as far as I can see. And I think we can just magically crush these armies. So I'm considering that, and that's partly just because this will allow me to look at this tiny province. How weird. And that's, I think, all that's left of Tilea. Very strange. But yeah, this throne is basically what we want to throw. I want to go after that throne, and maybe we want to move down the coast and have a look at this throne, which I believe the Orcs and Goblins have taken. And there's a throne here, so definitely looking at these, but also just kind of sweeping in and taking a chunk of this might be good. Yeah, just to expand our territory a little bit here. I don't know. We're considering various options. I'm doing a lot of blood hunting. I'm sending a lot of troops out to move blood slaves and patrol and so on. And I'm picking provinces that are going to be proper blood hunting provinces. I want to make sure that I've got at least 4 points of blood hunting going on in each of them. So, you know, this is worth 2 points. Because oh no, actually that's 3 points because they get a dowsing bonus of 2. Yeah, so that's 3 points. But a better thing to have is a couple of these blood 1 play chantors. We've got some kicking around. And we can have them blood searching. So yeah, dragging in the blood slaves, get this up, find something to do with my death gems, keep going on research. That's more or less it for now. Not really planning anything massively big for the next couple of turns, but really focusing on research and the like. So hopefully we will still be able to have our assassins witness and our scouts out there witnessing some big battles to show you, but I'm not up to a huge amount currently. Okay, I think that'll do it for this turn, and I will see you next turn. Hello, it's turn number 47, and I'm expecting this to be another quite quiet turn. Let's have a look. So we've got research in blood magic completed, 6, and now we're doing conjuration level 7. And there's some interesting news coming up about conjuration, which I will show you a bit later. We've cast Auspex with 4 mages, so quite a few of our sites are now getting fully air searched, but unfortunately none of these find anything. Bit of a shame. We've got some manual searching going on, nothing found here, but then Throt One Eye, one of my Skaven Grey Seers, has found a magic site in Mushwood. It's the crypt underneath. I believe the crypt underneath is very, very, very good. 3 death gems per turn, which is great. We already have a very high death income, but this is always very nice, 3 death per turn. And a conjuration bonus of 20. That means everything cast from conjuration is 20% less gems to cast. So yeah, that's very, very exciting, and that's definitely something that we should try to use and abuse. So immediately having found that, our priority moves to building a fort and lab and everything there, getting this fortified, and just cranking out some really good conjuration stuff. We've already got conjuration up to level 6. We can get level 7 easily enough, so it's very exciting. None of these other site searches found anything, but having found that, that's easily worth a whole turn's worth of site searching, so that's very good. Plenty of blood slaves. We still haven't got the blood economy that I'd like to have, but I am continually investing into that, so we should be getting more coming in. We get to see the Lizardmen taking another one of the provinces we're fine with them taking as part of the peace agreement. We expand into the Great Blue. This is another water province. So if you remember, my plan here was to have the Sea King casting water elementals. He goes into battle with 2 water gems, and he has his bottle of living water, so he should be casting 2 water elementals. But you will note he decided to use both of his water gems to cast 1 water elemental. I'm not sure why. He was on conservative gem usage. Yeah, I don't understand why he decided to do that, and it's a shame because 2 water elementals is not 3 water elementals, and it's not quite enough to deal with this big swarm of nasty Shark Tribe Triton who've got experienced stars because they've been in the game since the start of the game, basically. So it's going to have to be up to the trolls to do some fighting. And trolls are not particularly good at fighting. They're very good at surviving because of their high regeneration, but they're not very accurate. They hit hard, but they're not accurate. And yeah, consequently, they're not doing amazingly well in this fight. So some of these trolls are getting lost. But still, they will eventually grind their way through the Shark Tribe, just through hitting very hard and being very tough. So we win that, but We do kind of pointlessly lose some trolls, which is a bit daft to lose 3 of them. They're not the most valuable thing, really. I cast it for the Sea King, but it's irritating. We've got the Lizardmen attacking in Sarran Forest, where we apparently had left behind some Council Guard by accident and some other bits and pieces. That's fine, they would get killed. I'm not sure why I left 2 Council Guard there and a Night Runner. I guess this was an accident, but yeah, they're gone. Let's just see where Sarran Forest is. So yeah, that was one of the provinces I had agreed to give back to them, but yeah, it's gone. We get to see Slaanesh attacking Lizardmen Verkinum. These are Hellstriders. They're kind of nasty medium cavalry, pretty good. And they've got a sorcerer casting a bit of Body Ethereal, a couple of sorcerers there, and they've got some Marauders, and they are up against a mixture of Temple Guard, who are quite strong, and Saurus Warriors, who are not really. Decided to defend this province. My money is on Slaanesh here with all this medium cavalry. I think that'll be enough. If we look at the Temple Guard's bless, a lot of them are not blessed. Yeah, I guess they had a bless from Mr. Did they have no bless here? Is this the problem? I don't believe they've blessed any of these Temple Guard, which is a very bad idea because their bless is good and their Temple Guard would be a lot better with a bless. But yeah, they don't have a priest there. Perhaps their priest got assassinated or otherwise stopped and they were planning on doing that. You know, Slaanesh does have plenty of seducers and they can do very nasty assassinations, so bear in mind. You can see there the whip, whip, whip of the Hellstriders as they're tearing into these troops. If they had been blessed, perhaps they would have won this battle, but alas, it is not the case. See, their formation is torn to pieces. There were some losses on both sides. I guess any losses in this war on both sides is good for me. I'd rather see Slaanesh losing some battles at the moment, because so far they seem to have the upper hand, and we want it to turn into like a bloody stalemate where they both lose lots of stuff. Slaanesh lost 5 Hellstriders and a Marauder, not very much at all. They lost 20 of each. 20 Temple Guards is a pretty nasty blow to Lizardmen, actually. And then we took the Obsidian Waste Fortress. Not going to show that battle because it's not very interesting, but a bunch of our Stormvermin and Council Guard get like held up in the gate, and they do manage to kill a few of them with their blow darts, but we just take out the wall defenders. Then we've got some unexpected woods. We lose our Warpstone mine in Feral Woods. However, as it says, I believe, with a laboratory in place, you will be able to find a way to reopen the scene quick. And that, sorry, placed the wrong thing there. That actually is what happens. It's immediately reopened, so that's nice. And most of them even survived, which is a little suspicious. But yeah, we didn't lose our lab. We got an event in Woods. Diarrhea has spread amongst the militia. Same. And then we've got an event in Llama. Lost a bit of province income. So very minor misfortune stuff. Don't really care about that. Worldwide event. This is the worldwide event that we saw coming up, and I had no idea what it was. I still don't really understand what's going on here, but unrest is increased and magic and misfortune is increased. Unrest being increased across the world has kind of cut everyone's income a bit and is a little bit unpleasant because we do need to be cracking on with quite a few infrastructure projects, and so we really do need that gold. We discovered a few scouts and killed them. These are all just scouts, so that's fine. If I start seeing people's assassins moving around, I am going to retaliate immediately because I'm not happy to see that. But killing scouts is fine. We've completed the construction of the castle in Midland. That's my throne, so I'm just fortifying my throne there. And just a bunch of patrolling. We're pretty aggressive with the patrolling because of all the Goblin slaves. You can see up here the Ogres have lost a province to a heretic rebellion, but we'll let them deal with that. So what are we doing? Well, our main thing clearly at the moment is that we want to set up a lab over here. So I was going around and freeing up things in the treasury, and I think I'll just pause this and sort that out so that I make sure I get a lab up this very turn. Okay, I've sorted that out, so I've now got a lab being built there, and just shifted a few things around with my economy. But this turn was actually a very, very low gold turn. We didn't have very much available, so I've had to turn off a lot of mage recruitment, including this turn I'm not going to be putting a turn into Adepts of the Silver Order, which I'm not super happy about, but at least we are getting an Enchantress going. And in our cap, we're still generating Seers, although we've had to cut out but one of the production of our Council Guard. Council Guard are even more important than they were previously to us because we're now claiming the Throne of Fire, Once we've got the Throne of Fire, we get a nice chunk of Dominion spread. We get a nice chunk of gems. We're going to be able to recruit adepts of Friflegeton, and should that be Pyriflegeton, which are just Fire Mage level 3s. They're not actually that interesting to us, so we probably won't be recruiting any of them. But it does give us Fire Ritual boost, which is nice. And the most important thing for us really is Blessed Troops get attack skill +3, which is very useful on our Council Guard. So Council Guard will be boosted up quite a bit by having that. We're getting that this turn, and we'll be working on making sure we've got good Dominion all along this border. I still don't know whether I'm going to be going after Slaanesh, or whether I'm going to be going after the Greenskins, or what's going to happen. Not quite sure. I'm just having assassins move around and get into position to do a lot of different things at the moment, and give me good recon in the world, basically. Somebody could attack me, it's possible. I'm kind of surprised that people haven't attacked me recently because I've gotten quite big. So we'll see what happens with that. But now that I've got this site script underneath and I'm getting this Conjuration bonus, if we go to Conjuration, just don't want to put on another level of that. Conjuration, we've got a lot of different things we can do, such as getting ourselves more Spectral Mages, getting ourselves Bane Lords at a discount. We could potentially do something with our Nature Magic if we boosted it up a bit more. We can get ourselves more Troll Kings and Sea Kings. Sea Kings is definitely something I would consider doing some more of, because at a discount, the fact that they give you 1 gem every single turn, while that's never going to be economically good, even with that big discount of 20%, it does make them a bit more attractive, and having lots of stuff in the oceans and so on would be quite nice. Yeah, there's quite a few things we can do. Streams from Hades we could potentially do to get some Cocktheads, because we've got... actually, I think that might be worth doing to get a Cockthead. To get water and death magic. It would be interesting to see, at least, right? People would want to see me summon up one of those. So I was going to send Sathmog here. I was going to go over here and do a bit of site searching maybe, or possibly kind of support this action down here with the troll and move along. He's just searching again before he moves into the next province, because I want to have more water elementals from him. But yeah, maybe I want to send one of my other white mages, Tomb Spittle or something like that, to do a bit of site searching in this province, not sure. I'd like to get a lab up so that I can cast Voice of Tiamat, but I kind of want to have more water gems. What's my water gem income? 6 per month. So if I moved Sathmog down here now, there wouldn't necessarily be much point in doing that. That's what I would need to cast the Cockthead. He's got the right boosters and everything on him, but I don't have the water gems to do it yet, so perhaps that's not actually worth doing. I was going to forge a Shambler skin armor so that I could get some more site searches underwater, but I'm beginning to think that that's not worth doing at the moment. Yeah, I'm not sure. Perhaps I just want to save my water magic and go for water gems and go for a Cockthead, just so I can show you guys what it looks like. Well, I'll forge one Shambler skin, perhaps. On second thoughts, I'm going to redistribute my forging and save as many water gems as I can. Just one moment. Okay, I've decided to go and forge some elemental armor instead of what I was doing previously. So I'm forging elemental armor this turn, saving up my water gems, moving my good buddy Sathmog into position to get ready to cast the Cockthead spell, and I'm sending Tomb Spittle and Wyrnvenom out to walk around and do a bit of water site searching in just these provinces around here. And then they'll potentially be able to go underwater and do site searching under there too. The other forging I'm doing is that I am doing some sanguine dowsing rods, and I'm getting a bloodstone over here with this dwarven hammer, and then my other dwarven hammer is being used to get some wing chews, and that's just for the ability of being able to move mages quickly around my territory using wing chews. That's basically what that's for, but I could also use them to... This was an item on a thug. Still doing blood sacrifice and the like, but yeah, that's basically the plan. Is at the moment, get lab up here, get fort up here, get temple up here, get everything here. In fact, I will send a scout in case I want to start building a fort next turn if I have enough gold. And crank out some Conjuration stuff, because Conjuration is fun and cool. What other things can we get? Well, we can, when we get to level 7, we can get our Mound Fiend, of course. We can get Wraith Lords, which are very premier nasty things because they're immortal and they can do a lot of damage. So getting some Wraith Lords could be quite fun. And then, of course, we can get up and do our Contact Vermin Lord. Also got a few other things like the King of Banefires. I think we could potentially get up to that. Could we get to Fire 4? Death 3, if we made a skull face, we could if we were going the mound feed route. So yeah, possibly. Something more with cocktails we can do. Getting a Well of Misery up would be very welcome, but that's hard to do because it's good. It's a Death 6. That's pretty difficult. We'd have to do quite a lot of bootstrapping, but then again, we are in the right school of magic to do bootstrapping, so perhaps we can. I could get a King of Elemental Earth. That could be quite fun. I could get my troll over there to cast a King of Elemental Earth at level 8. Perhaps the troll should make his way over there. Where are you? You're not doing anything at the moment, really. Laug. So you would like to walk home. Well, if I wait for now, and then I'll get the winged shoes on him, then he can leap, kind of leap back. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm up to. Up here, I've got an assassination going in this underwater province. I don't know how many leaders this have, but I'm just going to basically assassinate them because it's something to do, and then I can take that water province by just having Valgumu sort it out. His basic assassination plan here is that he is being an assassin thug. I could do it by spells, but of course it's underwater, so I'm a bit restricted in what I can do. But I could still do Horde of Skeletons spam and try and win the assassination like that. But I think it might be more interesting, given all the items on him, to just cast Iron Skin, let them come in, and then just life drain them and kill them that way. Pretty sure I can fight a commander. Oh, I do have lower attack skill because of this. Yeah, that's interesting. What's the temperature scales like? A little bit of heat, so we do get to use our chill aura, I believe, in heat 1. Well, let's just try the thug route and see what happens. Okay, not much else going on. I will see you next turn, and I hope you're still enjoying watching, even though it's a bit peaceful at the moment. Maybe we'll have a war soon, that'd be nice. Bye for now.